It's legit. You know what? That'd be a good investment. Investing in some drugs.
Well, they're probably companies making.
We on?
Are we like?
Talking stocks.
Okay, we talking stocks.
Yeah, talking drug talk.
Like cigarettes.
CBD.
Okay.
Is those cigarettes?
No, that's nicotine.
Anyways, welcome to another episode of Happy Hour Video Podcast.
We're super excited.
Whoa.
Are you gonna start breaking out a robot now?
I can do it. Look, I can do the broken arm. Is that it? Am I doing it?
Oh,
is this right? Look,
that's not the whole robot. That's like
a
tiny third robot. No,
That's
you just need to
okay.
stop dancing. Just stop dancing.
Okay. Dancing, dance machine. Look at ooh, who sang that song? Michael Jackson, right?
Jackson 5, yes.
Who's going first?
Okay. I will let one of y'all go first. So guess the number when I'm guessing in my head. Go. Oh, 0 through 10. Go.
0 through 10.
Okay, 1 through 10. Go. What number I'm thinking of? Same number.
Girl, I'm just going.
Oh.
What number was it though? It's probably
Look,
like 5 or 6 or something, wasn't it?
No, but it was gonna be 0. But you said 0. I was like 1.
Yeah, because no one does 0. They do 1 through 10.
I was about to be like, pick a number, and then 1 through 10, and then it was gonna be 0. But if y'all would
Okay, why do people? Oh, this is very timely. Why do people stay in relationships after being cheated on? Cardi B and Offset.
Well, she's not in the relationship because they were getting the.
But he cheated on her before. He went and made that big old display with all those flowers and crap, and she took him back.
You know, they don't really count because he have sex with the girl.
Everybody got their thing for like, it's like a no go. We'll leave them no matter what for, whatever reason. For most people, sleeping with someone else kind of like ends it right there.
Did they lay hands on you?
But for a lot of people, whatever.
So, because some females can be like, okay, yeah, he cheated, but he didn't have a kid by her, so
He's
it's like
still coming back home.
Yeah.
Like some people
he's still coming back home with fleas.
some people let other people have whole double lives. They'll be married, then they got a bunch of side chicks and kids.
So he might as well have an open relationship. Like, I don't understand that.
No relationship is truly open.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Because eventually one person gets jealous of what the other person is doing, and they get out territorial and stuff.
Should it be a certain limit of how many times a person cheat before you take them back or something? Or should it be a limit?
I mean, that
Well, how
depends
about if
completely
you-
on you.
Well, how about if you're going to be cheating with everybody in the streets, you just don't be in a relationship?
First of all, it be us women that take them back. But as soon as a woman cheat on a man, he is gone, and that pisses me off because I'm like, what?
No, there are some
Why?
there are men that
Men leave so
But-
quick.
but
When
why?
people cheat.
That's
what I'm saying.
Why does that make you mad?
Because it's like females, we give y'all so many chances, bro.
But why aren't you mad that y'all keep giving dudes chances?
Because if we didn't, then it'd be like, oh, so basically you saying I'm like we take y'all back. Like,
What was that?
Why?
Well, there could be a couple of reasons why people take them back.
Well, I feel like some people stay in relationship for, if they're cheating on, for face value pretty much. They put out this image of what they want people to see. And then when they start being cracks, they're like, oh, we're going to just stay in a relationship because we don't want people sitting here talking about us.
People gonna do to you what you allow them to do to you. Be in. Like, it's that simple.
But why do dudes be so quick to leave? Like, damn, what the fuck? That's fucked up.
The same way most other people in general are quick to leave after cheating.
I feel like we cut y'all a little bit deeper. That's why. Because you can't handle that shit. You can't handle it when your chick cheat on you and shit. Just can't handle it. But us, it's like, yeah, we're going to take you back because guess what? We probably didn't cheat it or we about to cheat. He will never find out. Ever. Because we hide it very well. Some of the girls.
Some women do, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you cheated? It's okay, boo. Guess what, baby? She finna go cheat, and if she come back pregnant, you deserved it. Can't be mad. and y'all all take care of the family.
I guess.
That's really what it is. Like, if the chick take them back, is because either she has low self-esteem, or she don't want to go through a new stage of getting to know somebody. Kids can be a reason, finances could be a reason, or she might feel like she owes him.
But also too, I think some people feel like if they put you put so many years in a relationship, then you're kind of like, I already spent all this time in this relationship. I'm
telling you, because I was in like a 18 off and on again relationship. That was like so freaking 18 years. Whew, put some time. And I was like, fuck it. I'm like, done. I call the shots.
I can't relate. I like being single, so.
Well, I mean, I'm single.
Because you have your freedom of not having to answer nobody.
Oh my goodness. How long you been single, Robert?
And you ain't got to worry about people accusing you of cheating because you ain't got to wait.
You had a couple of girlfriends, but what's the longest you ever been single, though? 8 years? You gonna...
Like, I have a girlfriend every few years. It may last a few months.
Are
it
you
might last
serious?
a year.
A few months?
Well, he already established he likes long distance relationships. He likes people that he can see them, and then they can go their own separate way, do their own thing, so they ain't all up in his business.
Well, if that's the case, then if she cheat, then you should be able to take her back, because y'all long distance. So. Baby, I wasn't there, baby. And you know what? I forgive you because I'm like 5 hours away. And you know what? I'm not even mad at you.
You can't say that if you're in a committed relationship and you say this is your husband or wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend, you ain't supposed to be up there dating other people. It's just like you're making an excuse for someone. Is there something you want to tell us, Whitney? Trying to justify something? What are you talking about? That's the next question.
Like I'm taking up for the cheaters or something?
You're taking up for the people trying to be slickety slicks.
No, I'm just saying.
Like, you're single when you're apart, but you're together when you're together. That ain't how relationships work. I'm skilled.
Nah, like, I wouldn't even say I prefer a long distance relationship. I don't mind them. They cool. But, like, it's when it come down to just the cheating role in general, though, like, just don't put up with that joint. And that's for anybody.
So, one chance only? Is that what you're saying? People deserve chances. That's why it's called second chances.
Yeah, but then if the person cheats on you like 25 times, or you be like, this is their 25th chance, I want to give it to them today.
Because 30 might be the lucky number.
Situations. There may be a case where you have such a huge fight, one person thinks it's over, the other person is like, we're going to fix it, da-da-da-da-da. And then the person that thinks it's over, they end up talking to the wrong person a week or two later while they, going through their rough patch. Something goes down. And out of nowhere, they come back together and blah, 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 and then whatever. Things like that happen.
Yeah.
There are all kind of situations where somebody might end up doing the same act of going outside or having sex with someone outside of, the relationship.
If it was a kiss, take them back.
But depending on the situation, depending on what someone is going through or has gone through, there's a lot of different ways to look at that. You can't always look at something and say, he's a cheater or she's a cheater and that's a no-go and it's over with.
See, I'm really only talking about physical cheating too. I think emotional cheating goes worse.
Yeah.
Too, because you go and sleep with anyone that you think is hot, but you can only form actual connections, like intellectual and emotional connections with certain people.
I feel like if you do that, you should take them back if it's emotional.
I feel like communication is so out of it that a lot of people don't really know what cheating is. Like,
I know what cheating is.
Well, I think some people are in relationships where one person wants to run it instead of a relationship. It's a dictatorship. One person wants to control the other one and tell them what to do, and they don't want to talk to each other. They just want to bark orders like someone's mama.
I'd asked this question like a week ago on Facebook.
What was it?
And it was interesting, the comments that I got back from it. But the question was like, what is cheating?
Oh.
Why do we call it cheating?
Right, why can't you call it entanglement? It's an entanglement.
Hey, can I just tell you?
words
I like
that
that
need to
song.
leave the dictionary in 2020.
I like it. I like that song.
All right, so
Entanglements involve
Entanglement.
someone that you already know just kind of slicks their way up into that. Because you have to think about it this way. With that situation, they knew him. He was kind of like on the back burner. She had her thing. And then it was like, oh, we're supposed to go back to normal. Usually that's not going to happen. Especially when there's that age difference. When one person is way older than the other person.
So it's
The young,
It's
one of them
ent-
usually are like, hey.
so it's entanglement because she knew him.
It's entanglement because of all the levels of he knew her husband, he was friends with the kids,
Yeah, that's
all that
dirty right
situation.
there.
When you're so embedded in someone's family and life, that's a whole lot of entanglements. Because if you end up losing, you're losing friends, family, all that jazz.
but what is cheating?
Cheating is when you're in a relationship and you go and have a relationship with someone that you're not committed to.
But I'm saying, like, why do they call it cheating? Why use that word?
I don't know. We should look in Webster's and find out. Probably someone in Europe decided that, kind of like divorce.
See,
You know, like, why is it called divorce?
Well, I mean,
Well,
the
a lot
main
of people-
word in there is cheating, which has H-E. He.
Of
some
course, a
people
man came up
explained
with
it
that.
as like you're playing the game of love or whatever. So when you sort of step outside of the game of the rules of said relationship, that's why they call it cheating, because you're not following the rules of the relationship.
Oh, there's rules to this.
But
But
then if
here's
you're
the thing: you have to establish rules in a relationship. Like, there's so many different relationships where people think different things or they feel different ways. Like I said, I know people who are married and both the husband and the wife got side pieces, and they all know about
And you
it.
got people
Like,
that are in polyamorous relationships where they're relationships with like 5-6 people. What about people that are bigamists that got like one man and 5-6 wives? Would it be cheating if she went and got her another man while he got all these women? I mean,
Y'all getting, I'm
but
about to write a book
there's
about
rules for
how to
the
get
game,
away
rules to the
with it.
joint. So it's just like you have to establish those rules. And I think that a lot of times, like I said, communication sort of like doesn't really establish what is and what isn't. So since we don't communicate the actual rules of the relationship, we end up sort of inherently cheating in it anyways, I guess you could say. Or people end up getting hurt in a lot of ways when you're not really trying to do that, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, okay,
There's
who's next?
It's a book out about that. I'm about to write a book about how to get away with.
oh, there's a guy who just wrote a book
About how to get away with cheating?
It's called Cheating is Not Cheating. And pretty much they showed a
Of
picture
course
of
it
her,
would be a
like,
guy.
I mean, clearly they showed a picture of the guy. She's like, and that guy's a cheater. Look at this dude. You saw a picture of him. She's like, you can look at this guy and tell he probably cheated on some folks.
Wow, that's crazy. Hold on, let's see what this is. Oh, okay, Robert. So this comes back to what we talked about the last time. Is finances important in Black community and why?
Finance is important. What do you mean? Is
Like, I
finance
think it was one of
important?
the. It was like we was talking about, and it was like something about the Black community and putting your money into the Black community. I think that's what you're talking about. Is it ringing a
We're
bell?
talking about savings, maybe financial.
You're saying
security.
why?
Why is it
Yeah.
important?
Why?
Why should it be important?
Yeah, why should it be important to put?
Were you talking about, well, because we weren't talking about generational wealth.
We was
because
talking
a lot
about
of people-
something else about.
You gotta write this down word for word when we say this stuff.
Do we need another question and you go back and rewrite that quote?
Nah, I think I got an idea what it was.
Okay, what was it that you were trying to say? Is it there?
Just finances ain't the right word for it. But anyways,
It has something to do with money and Black community. Okay, go, Robert. I'm gonna let you say. Go ahead. Yo, go ahead. I got that part now. I got the important clues. Okay, go.
Money Black people.
Like wealth in the Black economy, raising us up and stuff like that. Like, yes, it's very important. It's very important to establish an economy. So, when you look at every other, I guess for us, we gotta look at it as, you know, not only nationality but race in the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm.
They all have an export that they sell within each other. So you look at Asians. Where do you see Asians at?
the Asian store.
Black hair salons,
Oh.
black hair shops, Chinese restaurants, buffets.
What are the
Chinatown in New York. Is there a Chinatown? in
They're
New York?
Chinatown in New
What are the
New York.
Jews known for?
Banking, finance,
I,
accountants,
I was about to say.
doctors.
I was about to say.
The owners.
I mean, realistically, like, for example, like Indian, not Indians, Native Americans, but people from India,
Yeah.
the Jewish, even some people from some African countries, they want their kids to be doctor, lawyers, engineers,
Yeah.
and accountants. Pretty much, that's forward. They're like, money, 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 money. That's what they look at. And even Asian countries, most of them want their kids to be doing stuff with science and math.
Now, if you look at the black community, what are we exporting? Everybody else.
Entertainment.
And hey, check this out. That's not even us exporting. That's us
being
giving our
worker.
individual talent and working, but we don't make that money.
Oh, white men
So,
make that money.
yeah, we need to establish our own economy. That's what we need to do first. And then once we do that, like, start, and this is why I'm really big on, like, getting your own business and stuff like that, not really working for others, but sort of just working for yourself. Getting a team of people that all do their own thing, and like, yeah, you all come
Collab.
together and make something shake. But like, yeah, I think it's very important that we do establish some kind of like export. Yes, we're so good at music and arts and all of this other stuff, and we have no way. We have all this talent, but none of the business sense to put it out there. I ain't gonna say all of us don't
But
have
a
it,
lot
but
of, because realistically, I think
generally
all
we
those
don't.
people
But
are
here's,
working for who? Most of the people they're working for are white males.
here's my thing with that. I love my black people, obviously, of course. But you got some that's like, gimme, 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 and want to eat off you and don't want to see you come up. If we could just come together, then yeah. But for real, think about it. For real. Like, think about it.
you have to have a product. Like, you have to have a good one.
I understand it, but then if they do see you getting ready to come up and stuff, you probably got somebody around you on your team or something that's probably like jealous of you and stuff, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, we tear each other down before we even build
here's
each other
what
up.
you
Everybody ain't got circles
No.
like that. Like,
No,
I
some people
don't have
got some
people that
problems.
do stuff like that.
Yeah.
and here's what you have to realize too is, and depending on the situation, I'm going to use a good example. I was in a white sorority. White women will help each other to an extent to get where all of them want to be at the same level.
Mm-hmm.
But secretly, at least one or two of them is back there backstabbing, doing stuff behind the scenes to make sure that the other one doesn't get stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Black people are just more blatant about trying to sabotage each other.
For real.
Black people do things behind the scenes.
Yeah, because we don't want you to know that we don't like you behind your back.
We'll tell you to your face. I mean, you pretty much know someone don't like you, but they'll be nice to you and they don't actually like you. They're doing things behind the scenes to make sure you don't succeed, and then you find out after the fact.
No, I mean, I'm saying I could see both sides, but it seems like a lot more people throw like, well, black folks don't want to see us come up. Like, we don't want to see each other come up, or we don't try to help each other out in this situation. So, I mean, I'm not saying I hang around or that y'all hang around people like that. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna hear that, and I hear that a lot.
Well, I think with just black women in general,
you're gonna hear that just no matter where you go.
you have to do
Like,
with competition regardless.
It's-
People are going to just think, you may not think someone is competition, but they may think you're their competition and you could just be doing you.
that ain't even just black people that
That's
do
everybody to
Like,
do that.
Yeah.
People be jealous of you and you just living your life being you. And because other people like you, they may just be jealous of it because you're making money and working hard. Usually it's the people that aren't doing the work that are usually jealous of other people.
I'm saying with some folks that's like rappers and stuff, guess what? Sometime before they even get to where they trying to be, they get shot or killed or whatever. And then, like, same thing for maybe somebody going into the sports or whatever. Like, they might get shot or killed or end up getting locked up and stuff. And it could be because they're hanging around wrong people, or they don't know
Most
their
finna come and then get shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, who were the rappers that did it? They were the gangster rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was. I don't know about Triple X or anything, but I don't know about the new guys. But for the most part, you play the game. You live by that. You die by that. Like, that was not a lifestyle that they were not privy to before it happened.
And also, some of them died from like drugs.
Well, because I'm trying to think, what was that football player? No, Hernandez dude or whatever. Was
Aaron Hernandez. First off,
was he really gangster though? Because when they were showing his picture, it don't seem like he came from that even type of background.
Well, clearly,
but look what he did. He shot and killed people.
Well, I think he kind of did. He was down in Florida acting a fool. People were talking about him pulling out guns at clubs and stuff. And
not to mention, he had one of the most advanced cases of that
CTE.
Yeah, CTE
from
that they
out
see.
of his.
Oh,
He was like in his mid-20s, and his brain looked like someone that was like in their 80s.
He couldn't even like make decisions on his own. It is quite possible that he had killed old buddy and couldn't even control himself. That's how gone he was.
Okay, I guess.
But anyway,
people need to put their money
Do
into
y'all-
positive
I'm
things. And
saying-
not just, no, people need to put their money in things that are going to make them money and not be buying like jewelry and clothes
That's
and
really
cars.
what it is.
Put in real estate, investments like that. People get...
Buying their kids Jordans.
We're going to use a good example, an old example. MC Hammer. Do y'all remember MC
Yeah.
Hammer?
I remember
He
him.
went
Robert
broke
might not.
because he was taking care of everybody.
Oh
He
no.
was invested in nothing. He was taking care of everybody. So he went like
That's so messed up. And everybody done scattered, I bet.
yeah, I mean,
That's so
but
messed
you know,
up.
now he's making money again from Cheetos commercials and those command strips, you know, commercial. He's making money again.
I feel like I mean, if you want to, you can give back to the community, but you don't have
No, I
to.
think
That's
you
not.
need to-
It's not like I owe you something.
but it's not even that. Like, I'd rather buy clothes from people in my community that make them
Right.
than, because I like to wear clothes that say, like, I had a shirt on here on the show that said "Quit Forfeiting." Shout out to Allie. Like, that's Huntsville slang. That's something that the hometown people
Yeah.
would know. They see "Forfeiting" on the shirt, they're like, "Oh man, we made it." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a cool shirt. There was another dude. He had a line called Alexander Couture. Like, I bought numerous stuff from him. Went to London with the shirt from somebody that made it right here in Huntsville. Like,
See, okay, because I'm bringing this back. Because, okay, like with the whole Nipsey situation, he was giving back to the community and stuff, but he ended up getting shot from somebody that he knew and that was from his area. And was he really? I mean, I guess he was kind of like a gangster, but I mean,
I think there's sometimes
That was
their whole
kind of like a gang. You talking about Nip?
okay, so he was.
Nip was a gangster.
Okay, but anyway,
Like,
the dude that shot
kept
him.
getting caught on TMZ whooping people's asses.
Well, what I'm saying was, which he did awesome giving to his community and everything, but it's like, wow, somebody from your community shot you in the back.
It's usually how it happens. R.I.P. Don't be too.
Oh.
Back at home, chilling, kicking. But anyways, that's usually how it happens. So most murders happen. Somebody you
In the
know.
community. Once again.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Well, moving right along.
Live by that life. It's that bad.
I was
Alright.
thinking about murder.
Oh, of course you would.
Could y'all listen to a lot of podcasts? No, I was
course.
gonna say though that most people, it's interesting because you know a lot of black people they get killed, they get killed by their friends like that. But all those white people, their husbands and wives be killing them. Their kids kill them when they get angry because they don't get their way.
You be watching the ID
No, their
channel.
grandparents be killing them with arsenic trying to get insurance money.
Grandparents.
It was like the Sandy Hook killer. That dude killed his mama and then went up to the school.
He
dude.
did
Yeah.
kill his mama. That's
And
right.
you remember they were in the
I don't even
80s
understand where that came from. Like, why kill his mama? I didn't get that.
because he was mad because he didn't get his way because that what they happens.
He was the only child.
Teenage angst.
Nah, that ain't no teenage shit.
But I'm saying,
Crazy ass.
I mean, sarcastic, Robert. But no, there was a lady here in Alabama, in Gaston, in the 80s that went and, because just so you know,
I think I know who you're talking about.
the second highest cause of death in Alabama is the arsenic. She poisoned everybody. Her ex-mother-in-law, her first husband, her second husband. She tried to kill her daughter with arsenic, her son.
It was the Gatorade, wasn't it? The Gatorade woman?
No, this lady was putting it in food, but this was in the 80s. She went to prison, then she got out. And then she left and pretended to be her twin sister, and then she started killing. It was a mess.
Oh, that was a good one.
There's some Lifetime movies on it.
That was so good.
That's crazy. So,
He's like, what?
let's move on.
That was a good one. Robert, we're talking about murder. How to get away with murder.
No, I ain't talking about, I mean, realistically,
Nah,
I'm
she
not
didn't get away with that shit.
No, the reason she didn't
got
get
out.
no, the reason she didn't get away was because the daughter got sick and they took her to the hospital, and by that point they had arsenic testing because they used to not have it. So you know they take a piece of your hair and they look, and she had like 8 times the
Her mama just
average
feeding
dose
her
of
that stuff,
arsenic.
Robert.
Yeah, she put in everything, and people just thought that they were just sick or they had like a heart attack or whatever.
You gonna eat food from a woman who done already went to jail for killing people?
That was her
Well, they
mama.
didn't think, see, but again, this was the 70s. They didn't realize that she was poisoning all these people, so they exhumed all their bodies and found like their bones riddled with arsenic, pretty much. Right?
I mean, that's not funny.
All right. I don't understand how this is a question.
Do I need to decipher this? Do I need to be? Do we need to decipher?
How it go? Read. Let me see how it go.
I'm gonna say, you know, she wrote it, so
It's like when my
Feminine is femininity and masculinity
Femininity.
still.
did I write feminine?
No, you said it's feminine and masculine still relevant in relationships.
Oh, okay, that's what I was
Oh.
talking about.
we were asking if the traditional feminine masculine roles in relationship were still relevant.
Oh, okay.
Like, is you know, women staying home cooking and cleaning all the stuff, that's still what should be considered the norm.
You and I know somebody that has somebody that doesn't do none of that. He just work and she cleans.
She works full time and does everything.
We actually know two people
Yeah.
like that because one's married and the other one's not.
Yeah.
The one that's married, she works, cooks, clean. How many boys she got?
She
Like,
got 3. She
three
got
boys.
Yeah, she got 3 boys and a husband.
She's outnumbered,
She,
yeah.
she wakes up in the morning like
Yep.
6 o'clock.
Yep.
Has to make sure her husband's coffee is ready.
Yep.
If it ain't cooked,
Yep.
if it ain't the right temperature, he
Yep.
gets pissed off.
Yep, she not lying.
And so then she goes to work for like 8 hours.
Yeah, 8
They gotta
hours,
come
yeah.
home,
Mhm.
make dinner from
Mhm.
scratch.
Yep.
Gotta wash clothes,
Yep.
put them away,
Yep.
clean the kitchen,
Yep.
do everything.
Yep, we know
While they
somebody
sit,
like
while
that.
they sitting there watch TV.
Yep,
Let me ask you something.
that's a
I
lot.
know you're about to ask me.
Does she have to have things done like
Oh,
a
yeah.
specific way? Like,
No, let me
is she
tell you-
one of those that cleans? Like, if you don't clean the way she likes it,
No,
clean?
no,
no.
She don't clean it when it's supposed. That night her husband flips out.
Yeah, no, it's not her.
No, if it ain't done, he flips out.
Oh,
Yeah.
so is he whooping her ass?
I don't think he is. He
ain't
just a little
whooping
bit.
her ass.
He will.
I ain't never. You heard any stories?
No, I don't think. No, he ain't whooping nobody.
I wouldn't put it past.
She get a
her.
little jittery if you get a little too close. Like if you move
know
too
what? I
fast
don't
and shit.
know.
No, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna have to pay attention to that.
No,
Mm.
he ain't beating her.
Okay.
He would survive in prison.
Oh, that's her fault then.
That she's obeying by his rules.
But also,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
benefit that I give him is the fact that he was in the military in the 90s. And I know you were in the military too, so you're like, Ann.
I mean, I ain't go to war or nothing. My grandpa was in the military in the 60s. He still had a family. He pulled his weight. Like,
Well, I think
a lot,
which one of
though.
it is I think is a nature over nurture thing too, because his mama waits on his daddy hand and foot because his daddy got a temper and crazy. They're like in their 70s, so pretty much her mother-in-law pretty much does everything for his granddad, for the kids' granddad. Pretty much like that man works, and he pretty much expects for her to be at the house.
That's a lot.
Home, cook meal from scratch every day, cooking, cleaning, all that jazz.
And then the other one with her, she is
We're
saying.
not going to get started on that train wreck, but you know, you choose to be married to people like that, and if you see those signs when you're dating them, you don't need to be looking to marry that person. Period.
yeah, because
Especially if they got baggage, like kids, ex-wives, that kind of
ain't
stuff.
nobody getting better after marriage.
And honestly,
There's
ain't no-
one thing I've learned from watching everybody else get married. Nobody gets better after marriage.
Well,
Nobody. Let's say nobody.
No, I'm gonna say this: no one gets better after marriage, and no one is gonna change after 40. Once they get a certain age, they ain't changing. Period.
Yeah, so
So pretty much, that dude, for example, both of those people, the one lady, her husband is 50. He definitely ain't changing. He's just gonna get crankier
he
as he
ain't
get
gonna be
older.
shit his whole life for the rest of his life.
And the other one is in his 40s.
So he ain't changing, obviously.
No.
Mm.
Because here's the thing, the one with the 3 kids, they met when they were like 21. They're like in their late 40s now. If you've been like that your whole marriage, you've been married like almost 30 years, you know he ain't changing. He ain't gonna start washing clothes all of a sudden.
She been single her whole life. She can go ahead. If all she had was a roommate, anyways, go ahead. Get it on home. I'm assuming he don't watch the kids either, huh?
Well, all those kids are teenagers. Which I think is worse. You a teenager, you ain't washing your own clothes.
True. That's true. So I think it definitely
Well,
should
no, it's just that I think
Well,
teenage boys, they're going to get a rude awakening when they go out and they're try to date some of these girls because some of these girls are princesses. They don't want to clean up after a man.
I don't want to clean up after a man, but I will, though. If I'm in love, I'll do it. I gotta be in love,
Well, I clean because I don't like living in nasty filth. Okay, I'm not gonna be walking up in the house with like dishes stacked.
Oh yeah,
like
nah.
10
Dishes ain't be
days.
stacked.
I can't see the time, buddy. So it's past our time.
Yeah, because we started late.
Is it?
We did start late. We started like 10 minutes late.
We didn't start that damn late. You
We was-
wildin'.
Huh?
It was like.
It was like 3.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody asked you, cameraman. Okay, go ahead. I'm just playing, Tim. I love you. I love you, Tim. I love you. You the best. Hey, we the best.
With that being said, I'm out of drink, but hey,
That was a short
it's been good anyways.
answer to that question. We never really
You
answered
don't
it,
have
okay?
anything in yours, Robert.
Till next time.
Cheers. You just want to clean.